Maybe I'm going to spend some of this message trying to answer that question, if I can satisfy your mind. I want to use an Old Testament story of what happened to the Jews in Babylon to try to appease our heart and answer some of those questions in our heart about what we are going through. The Lord led me to an old message, Daniel chapter 3, the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Because some of the questions that rises those days, why did God allow them to go through what they went through? So if you have your Bible, go with me to Daniel chapter 3. And we're going to be on this chapter throughout this message. I'm not going to try to make it short and cut it off little by little. Now, verse 1 said, Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, which height was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. And Nebuchadnezzar the king sent and gathered together all the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, counselors, sheriffs, and all rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. The princes and the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, counselors, sheriffs, and rulers of the provinces were gathered together to dedicate the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And they stood before the image which Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Help us, dear Lord. Give us understanding of what is going on. You know, in a chapter before this man had a dream. And in that dream, Daniel interpreted the dream for him. And one of the interpretations he did was that you are the head of the image that God revealed to you. I had a professor friend made this statement and said, because of that, he thought, God said, you are the head, not the image. Because of that, he thought he can make an image. Anybody can make an image. Images have mouth, they can't talk. Hands are there, they can't handle things. Eyes are there, they can't see. But he went too far. God doesn't care he made an image. But when he crossed the line, when he commanded the world to worship that image, he commanded that everybody on earth, when you hear the sound of music, I told you I'm not going to read everything because it's a familiar part of the scripture. Bow down and worship the image which I myself, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of the world, have made. Wow. Isn't that going a little bit far? And people were doing that. They gathered and worshiped, except some people who fear the God of heaven. It doesn't matter where you go, there will always be few that still remember that Jehovah is God. Elijah once said to the prophet of Baal and the children of Israel, let the God that be God answer by fire. Remember the question, why did God allow what we are going through today? Did God know about it? Yes. Did he allow it? Yes. But before we go too far, I answer that question. Let me ask you, God also knows why we refuse to worship him. Why we want liberty from God. God, I can give you Sunday, but don't disturb me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can do what I want to do. By the way, God, what are you going to do? Young man said to me not long ago, but your God and your devil, anyone that comes to me, I'll kick him, I'll destroy him. Superboy, Superman. I gave him what I call a good advice. I said, my friend, you keep insulting God, God can forgive you. He's a God of mercy. But when you start messing with the devil, he's not going to have mercy on you. And it didn't last long, it happened to him. It didn't last long. God can forgive. God is a God of mercy, He's a God of love. The Bible says it's not His desire for us to perish, no matter how bad we are. He's still reaching out, trying to draw us to repentance, because it's not His will. God was still reaching out to Nebuchadnezzar, reaching out to the world, reaching out to every man, every woman. Come. That's why Jesus came. Said, I have come to seek the lost. Paul even said, I'm a chief of sinners, and Jesus saved me.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Doesn't matter how bad you think you are. The love of God can still reach out.
Amen.
We have turned our back to God. You know, when we had some years ago, when we had that shooting in Columbine, in Colorado, in the school, killing all those young people, one of the questions that came out of that school, and the answer that came out was so good too. The question was, why did God allow that to happen in Columbine? And a young girl answered, God allowed it to happen because they kicked me out of that school. That was from a little girl. We don't want God in school, but we don't want the devil to come in and take over. Told you a sticker I saw in the car. Heaven don't want me. Hell is afraid I will take over. Which hell? Which hell? He sent out a message. When you hear the music, you fall and worship my image. Not you fall and worship God. And worship my image. Why? Because I am the supreme leader. Yes, it was. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Who knows how many thousands of Jews who were in that land, who were worshiping that idol. But they still refused to worship. As the story goes on, and they're not going to worship. And the people start peeping around, gossiping around, looking. Let us see what they're going to do. Because they've been set on top, promoted. They found out they were not worshiping. They found out they were not worshiping. And verse 6 said, and whosoever does not fall down and worship, the same hour will be cast into the burning fiery furnace. Wow. Verse 8 said, wherefore at that time the Chaldeans came near and accused who? The Jews. Talking about those three. King, do you know you made a law? And there are people in this province who are despising you, ignoring you, they don't regard you, they don't care about you. Yes, they did not regard the king. Yes, they did not disrespect the king. Yes, they pray for the king. But to serve another God was a no. Listen, friends. God commands us to obey those in authority. It's our duty to be good citizens. And it's their duty to protect us It's their duty to worship the God of heaven and obey and keep clean the law. The only time we are to disobey them is when they make contrary law that disturb us from worshiping God. When they come against the God of heaven, that's when we stand our ground. What was the problem here? He wasn't respecting the king. They did. They served him. That's why he cared about them. The problem here was messing with the God of heaven. What did they say? Let's go back there. Wherefore, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews and spake unto the king Nebuchadnezzar, live forever. Yes, that's how to praise the kings those days. King, live forever. Because those kings were considered as gods. That is why Meshach, they said the law can never be changed. Why? Because they believe them to be God. If they're God, whatever they say come to pass, you can't change it. There are certain Jews, and they were called to Nebuchadnezzar. Look at verse 10. Thou, O king, hast made a law. Yes, you've been there. You made a law that whosoever hears will bow down and worship. Verse 12 says, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over. Wait a minute, that's where the problem comes from. Whom thou hast set over us, the affairs of the province of Babylon. Shadrach, they mentioned them. Meshach and Abednego. This man, O king, does not regard thee. That's not true. They don't regard thee. They serve not thy God, nor worship the golden image which thou hast made. That part was true. They won't worship it. But they regarded the king. They honored the king. That's why they were promoted, set over them. Their anger was these foreigners, these slaves were so good in what they were doing, and because of that, they were lifted up. That was their anger. And King Nebuchadnezzar, verse 13, was raged, fury, and commanded Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be brought before him. Nebuchadnezzar said unto them, is it true? Is it true? Man, you should have known that we will not worship your God. Is it true? Listen, let's stop here. Suppose you are accused of worshiping the God of heaven, and they brought you to court. You say you serve Jesus. Didn't you hear we say nobody serves Jesus in this country? Is it true you're serving Jesus? Will you say, yes, I'm serving Jesus? What are you going to do? Is this true? In the 70s, my good friend, Odielo Siebo, who is in Tennessee, had a record, a music that said, is this true, the things that we hear about you? If you remember that song, it was popular. Is it true, the story we heard about you? Is it true, the things that come against you? Is it true that you left Jesus Christ and have gone your own way? Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, is it true that you don't serve my God? Verse 15. Now, that is to say, let bygone be bygone. Forget about the past. Look at 15. Now, if ye be ready, that at the time you hear the sound and name all kinds of music, but you fall down and worship the image which I have set up. But if ye worship not, you shall be cast the same hour in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall save you out of my hand? What a boldness. Apparently this man didn't know about God. Haven't heard about God of Israel. Haven't heard of the Egyptians. Because if he had heard what this God did in Egypt, he would not have made this statement. Pharaoh was one that said to Moses, who is that your God? You're talking about the Lord, the Lord. Who is that the Lord that will save you from my hand? This man did not read that. He crossed the line too far. Who is that God? The question is, why did God allow this to happen to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? I can give you up to 3 answers. 1, to let Nebuchadnezzar know who the God of heaven is. As he didn't know the God of heaven, never heard about the God of heaven. To let him know there's a God that rules in the kingdom of man. To let him know he may be supreme king, he's not the supreme God.
Amen.
Who is that God that will deliver you from my hand? He forgot the God he's challenging is a God, he himself is in his hand. He is in the hand of that God. Imagine what happened in heaven when this challenge was thrown. First, let's go a little bit backward. When this man was molding, or first thinking in his heart to build that image, God knows about it. God would have changed his heart, but he did not. Because his people were in that place. When he started molding that image, God would have sent a thunder and destroyed, but God did not. Because he wanted to teach you a lesson. And not only to that man, to his people too. God wanted to teach Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego lesson. Because before they went to Babylon, Isaiah already prophesied more than 150 years after that. And when they went to Babylon, guess what? They had the scripture. They had the Bible too. The scripture, Old Testament, they had it. If you read chapter 9, they have this proof to you that they have it. Because in chapter 9, Daniel said, as I was reading the book of Nehemiah, I found out that it would take 70 years for God to finish dealing with us in Babylon. They had it! By the way, well, since I mentioned Daniel, let's stop here. Your big brother was Daniel. How come Daniel was not mentioned here? Where was Daniel? I remember this coming out in the day of seminary when I was still in school. Where was Daniel? And we had 2 conclusions. Because if Daniel was said, Daniel would have been mentioned. Daniel was either in a king's journey, king's business, outside the prophets. Or Daniel, they were so scared of him, they won't mention his name. But most theologians believe he was out in the king's business. He was a big brother. And these 3 boys can say, well, our big brother is not here. We can compromise a little. But look at the offer. If you're ready, when you hear the sound, let bygone be bygone. All you need to do, bow down and worship. Then go back to your Jehovah and worship Jehovah. They can hear the voice of Jesus saying, you can't worship 2 masters. You cannot. They can hear the voice of Isaiah saying, fear not, for I am with you. When you pass through waters, I'll be with you. When you pass through fire, listen. We passed through waters before, and God proved himself. We never pass through fire. Let's challenge God. They passed through the Red Sea. They passed through Jordan. But now, they're going to try them with fire. But you're trying the wrong people. Because the God of fire had been destroyed many years ago. Elijah destroyed Baal. Baal was the God of fire. Listen, Nebuchadnezzar may be strong, but he's not smart enough. He should have read history. Look at it. But if you worship not the same hour, then let's start the message. Look at 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer you in this matter." What is he saying? We are not careful. We're not even going to present an argument. Do what you want to do. We are not careful to answer you in this. Their confidence in God was so strong that God is able. God was able. God is going to deliver them out of this predicament. We were told not long ago, was it last week, that more people that die from this virus die for fear, because of fear. The fear gripped the whole world. Where is God? And I say God is still the same place he was before virus, COVID-19. He's still in the same place. Hasn't changed position. God allowed this virus. Why did he allow it? He allowed it to prove to us that we don't own this world. This doesn't belong to us. Somebody used to sing a song, "This world is not my home. I'm just passing through it." But sometimes we sit tight. Sometimes we forget we are strangers. We forget we are visitors. We realize, American dream. You know how they explain American dream to me? Get all you can. And can all you get. And sit on top of it. Yes. Yes. Told you a story when we were in a meeting. Christian meeting, Nigerian Christian Association, some years ago in Los Angeles. One of us that came from Nigeria. When I said, "Brothers, let me tell you guys, we are not here for God. We already have God in Africa. We are here for money." Wow. I was sitting there with boldness, he said this. Now I still go back and look at that brother. He's still struggling to make it. After 30, 40 years, we're not here for God. Imagine. If not for God, you wouldn't even open your mouth. If not for God, you wouldn't make it. You wouldn't even see tomorrow if not for God. So we are not here for God. Look at their confidence in God. They said, no compromise. You know why politics don't work? Because we were told politics is compromise. You know why marriage doesn't work so much in this country? Because they're told marriage is 50-50. No. We have no time. Isn't that a good time for us to retreat and go back and talk to each other and say, what are we going to do? Are we going to accept? Just bow down once in front of people. Or when people see us, we just bow down. No. No time for compromise. No time to go back and find out from God. Remember Balaam? Balaam, when he went to God as a prophet, God said, no. When they offered him more money, he went back to God. And he think the God that said, no, we change his mind. So, that's a lot of money. Bring that money. You're going to build me a church with that money. No. Listen, friends, when God said no, it's no. Please. There's a reason he said no. And look at verse 17. no. This is where the argument starts. Some theologians, we call liberal theologians, will tell you that if it be so, wasn't directed to God, that it was directed to the king. That is to say, king, if you change your mind, you can interpret it like that, but I don't think that's what it means. Read it completely. It said, if it be so, our God whom we serve will deliver, is able to deliver. Let's stop here. Look at their proclamation. We serve God. In that situation, they were able to call God and we serve God. King, let me tell you, we're not going to worship your God. Why? Because we have our own God. We are talking about Supreme God. We're not talking about Obama or Trump. They're not Supreme Leader. There's no Supreme Leader today. Trump can say something tomorrow. What do you call it? Congress or Supreme Court to throw it away. You see what happened in that state last week? Mm-hmm. The governor said, I'm not going to open the Supreme Court to open it. Well, the Supreme Leader, what he said is final. Nebuchadnezzar can go to sleep and wake up and say, you die. Nobody knows. No appeal court. That's what we mean by Supreme. The only Supreme today is God of heaven. Amen. They were not afraid. They said, our God whom we serve. Mm-hmm. They didn't hide, they were serving God. They displayed their boldness. He said, we cannot serve two gods. We already have our God. We cannot serve another God. Paul, writing to Christians in Romans chapter 1 verse 9, he said, Paul declared that I serve God with my spirit. Yes. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Because I serve him with my spirit. Whom I serve with my spirit. Yes. If you're in that situation, can you still stand for God? And say, I don't care what you're going to do. If I die, like we learned last week from Ruth. Ruth said, Naomi, don't even persuade me to leave you. Don't give me that enticing words. I'm going with you. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. If I die, wherever you die, that's where I will die. Don't even try to give me sweet talk. No. They already made up their mind that they serve God, even though the big brother was not there. We're not going to go back. We're not going to compromise. Look at, is that what he says there? He said, our God whom we serve. Look at the next statement. Is able to deliver us. That God is able. Yes. Their faith in God was so strong. They said God is able. You know what? That's a direct challenge to the king. Remember what he said? Who is that God? And they tell him, that God is able to deliver us from your hand. The fire is burning. The soldiers are there. They didn't even blink their eyes. They didn't even look at each other and say, what are we going to do? They said, King, listen, Nebuchadnezzar, listen. Yes, live forever. Yes, you are supreme. Yes. But there's something you don't know, Mr. King. Our God is stronger than you. He is able to change your mind. He's able to deliver us. He's able to deal with you. Our God is a God of all gods. He's a creator. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, he is able to deliver us from your burning for a very furnace. And he will deliver us out of your hand. From your hand. But if he chooses for us to die there, hallelujah. Right. Hallelujah. And we know he's able. He's able. Listen. It's God. He's the God you serve. Able to deliver you. You know what Daniel said to Daniel? When Daniel was in the lion den, that man couldn't sleep. He was a good politician. He tried to deliver Daniel from their hand, but the law was too big for him to handle. He couldn't sleep all night. He ran there very early in the morning. Daniel, your God delivered you. Yes, my Lord, my King. God has sent his angel and he shut the mouths of the lion because in me he found no fault. Yes. They say our God is able. But if not, that's it. If not doesn't mean if you change your mind. If not means if God chose for us to die. Yes. Yes. If he decides he's not going to deliver us, it means he has a better plan for us over there. It means he wants to take us home that way. Yes. Read Hebrews 11. But we know. At that time, God was watching. You know why God allowed this to happen? I told you, number one is to teach Nebuchadnezzar that the real God is in heaven. Two, to teach his people, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that I'm with you guys. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to forsake you. I will uphold you with my right hand of righteousness. I will be with you and I will help you.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Remember I said there were three things. The third one, to let Babylonians, to let sinner know that Jehovah is God.
Amen.
That the God of the Jews is God. We're going to find that out. I know I'm rushing a little bit, I'm jumping. Let's go. Verse 18. But if not, it's not a sign of unbelief. Some books have call it a sign of unbelief. No, it's not a sign of unbelief. Remember the song we sang? I am on the battlefield for my God. I am on the battlefield for my God. I promise him that I will serve him till I die. I am on the battlefield for my God. Yes! They made up their mind. I am in battlefield. In battlefield, you get killed. If I die, I die. As a young man I work with, nice young man. Every day he comes to me. I always say, I have a good news for you. He said, what? I said, the army hired him. He said, I'm not going to go die for this stupid country. I said, no, they're not stupid country. Oh, we love this land. You love this land. I said, yeah, you, not me. I'm not going to go die. I said, imagine you retired. And I said, 4-star general. I don't want it. That's what he always tell me that. I see him again tomorrow. I don't want a 4-star general. I said, they need young people, good, mature, serious young people like, not me. I'm not going to die. I'm going to go die for this country. And he's honest. He's never going to join. But a good soldier saying that song, I am on the battlefield for my God. I promised him that I do what? I'll be in the battlefield. Yes. Yes. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego must have sang that song how many times? They said, no, I'm on the battlefield. I will serve him till I die. If you allow me to die in the battlefield, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I'm heading to a better place. If not, I still will not. Isn't that what they say? Our God, if not, be it known unto thee, O King, that we will not serve your God, nor worship the golden image which you have set up. With boldness. We're not going to serve you. We're not going to bow down before. If you want to kill us, kill us. We're ready to die. Yes. Yes. Only one God we're going to serve. Imagine how was God feeling when he heard that from them. Imagine what happened in heaven. The Bible said there's a great joy in heaven when one sinner, the sinner repents. Imagine when 3 people stand and praise God like that in front of this man that thinks he's supreme. The Father turned to the Son turned to the Holy Spirit. That's my voice. That's my voice. One of the things I personally believe, this is my personal belief, if you read this thing through, we're going to see this man in heaven, Nebuchadnezzar in heaven. If he holds, because the end of it, let's get there. Because they did the will of God, they did not surrender. Nebuchadnezzar dumped them in the fire. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He said they were bound. And verse 20, and he commanded the most mighty men that they were in this army, and they bind them, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them in the burning very furnace. And these men were bound. Their coats, their inner hosen, and their heart, and they didn't even take them off. Bind everything and dump them. And this mighty man just picked them like chicken. As they were dumping them, instead of fire getting the people they were dumping, fire get all of them. And the king still did not get the message. That's what hardiness can do. But something happened. Remember, when the king looked into the fire, he said, this men he dropped into the fire were loose. All that the fire did to these 3 Hebrew boys was to loosen them, burn off every rope that tied them. That's what Jesus does. Hallelujah. Whenever you surrender your life to him, guess what he will do? All those yoke, burdens of the devil. That's why he said, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. I will do what? Give you rest. He loosened all those robes and burned them up. And guess what? And this 4th person came down. This 4th person was not Daniel. One of the questions I have in mind to ask Nebuchadnezzar in heaven is, who told you that was the Son of God? And the question I'm going to ask Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, did you guys know that the 4th person was there? Because they never made any comment. They never said anything. Even Daniel, the big brother, never mentioned about this 4th person who was sitting with them in the fire. Because when they come out, the first thing they would do is to living today to write a book about the 4th person and what he told them in the fire. Nebuchadnezzar, how did you know how the Son of God looked like? Who told you? Because they did not give up. Because they followed, they stand for God. Guess what? They did the will of God. Now it's time to rejoice. The joy of doing the will of God. Look at verse 25. Verse 25. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. And Nebuchadnezzar, no more the king or King Nebuchadnezzar the king. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fire and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, ye servant of the Most High. Wait a minute. Who told you there's a Most High God?
Confession.
This is the God you challenged earlier on. Now you call him El Elyon. That's what that means. You know, the first time that thing appeared in the Bible, El Elyon was the first person that mentioned to Abraham was Melchizedek. Abraham did not know anything about El Elyon. Abraham knew Elyon. Until Melchizedek said, I bless you by El Elyon, the creator. He has to explain because that name never appeared before. Where did he learn that? He said, the Most High God, and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out from the fire. And the princes and the governors and the captains and all the king's counselors being gathered together saw the men upon whose body the fire had no power. Wow. Nor was a hair of their head signed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire on them. Wow, that's a super miracle. Not even the hair. That's the first thing that's supposed to burn. Not even their coats. Not even the smell of the fire on them. You tell me there is no God. You tell me God doesn't care about his people. You tell me God is not in control. And Nebuchadnezzar spake, 28, and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who had sent his angels and delivered his servant that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their body, that they may not serve nor worship any other God except their own God. Therefore, I make a decree. It's always fast for him to make a decree. Take his life. He's always fast. But this is a good one. That every people, nation, and language that speak anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their house shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God. Wow. No other, not even the image I made can deliver like the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And then the king did what? Promoted. Remember what I told you? God was watching. Why did God allow this thing to happen? To promote his people. Then let's go to the question of today. Why did God allow what is going on to go? Maybe to make you stronger. Maybe to draw you closer to himself. Maybe to promote you. Maybe to bless you. Maybe to make you stand tall and say, hallelujah, Jehovah is God. Amen. Yes. That's why from the beginning, from first they say, anoint my people, everybody in this church. My brother, you remember that? Anoint everybody in this church. Maybe to bless you. Maybe to do you good. Yes, it started like crying, but it ended with joy. Amen. He started with weeping. He started with sorrow, but it ended with joy. Why? Because if God allowed it to come, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And God said, my glory I will share with no man. And God blessed them, and God promoted them. If they were little officers, then they were super officers. If people neglected them, now people fear them. If people, let the decree already pass. Everybody who speaks anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, now we will Shadrach, pray for us. Meshach, pray for us. Oh, look at holy people coming. Yes. You got to pay the price. Are you ready to pay the price? What price does God want us to pay? Go back on our knees and call on Him for this situation. And let the world know that God is still in control. No matter what Corona is doing, God is still in charge. No matter who died on your left or your right hand, God is still in charge. No matter the rule men and women will make, God is still in charge.
Amen.
Yes, until Jesus comes. God is still in charge. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you, mighty Jehovah. Because you are in charge and you are in control. What touches us touches you. Why? Because we are the apple of your eyes. We commit all your children everywhere in this world into your hand. Jehovah God, our people at home, watching at home, we pray that you be with them. Reach out, touch them, bless them, protect them, strengthen them, and provide for them. Let your will be done on your children. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.